play around if you want to. After a while, the warnings stop. Play around. I'd like to start off by saying Barakateh Hawa, Ba'ashem 𤤀𤐤𝐿𝐼, Ba'ashem 𝐤�𐤌𤅅. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one, once again, is After a While, the Warnings Stop. I want to start off with this scripture here real quick. Come on, man. Satan jumping on everything. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye out of the Salakia. I'm thinking about seek ye out of the book of the Lord. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. So pretty much, this implies that there's going to be a point where the Lord is not going to be found. The doors of mercy are going to close. This is why there were a lot of warnings going on back then about the time of Noah, time of Lot, so on and so forth, because there was only so much warning before the Lord actually brought the judgment. And all the captivities that before Jake went into captivity, the Lord gave them warning of things that were coming before they came. And after a while, he stopped warning. So this is the point that we're coming to. Now, this lesson comes from through inspiration of a video that was sent to me by the elder 𝐤�𐤌𤍅. Actually, he had sent me a still of a comment that was left on her by his sister. A dream that her daughter had. It was a heavy dream. And I'm gonna read it real short, and then I have another video that was sent to me by Elder 𝐻𝐿 sent out. Of this other individual that came by the young elders camp in New York, and he used to go the 34th and 7th, and that's what I'm gonna say. So, let's read this comment that the sister left. Hopeful Akwath Akaza Akwath Kazakaya Gregory, I believe that's if I'm not mistaken. So she said, Shalom, my daughter had a dream that Apostle Tahar had a live video telling everyone this will be the last video made my spirit rejoice out of one Ratazasun. And the young elder priest 𝐻𝐿 said heavy. And that's as soon as I read that, that's what I said. I said heavy. That's heavy. Because this is the times that we're coming into. We're coming to a time where the warnings are going to stop. There's not going to be, every hour and hour videos going up, and you'll be able to get to it when you get to it. And all right, well, let me see let's see what these ninjas are saying today. The entertainment is going to stop. The warnings are going to stop. The game plan is going to stop. And then that's when reality is going to hit a lot of you in the face, square in the face, and you're not going to be able to get out of it. You're going to be locked in a serious jam when that time comes. Now there's a video that the elders, I don't have it pulled up, but I do have a short that was put up on the elder 𝐻𝐿's page. Matter of fact, since the elder's page is right here, that's the spirit is something else. View channel. He has it on one of his shorts. Right here. Beautiful. Y'all were right. Now listen up. Let me know if you can hear it too.
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil. John the Baptist. You guys were right. God was right all along. You were right all along. Everyone else is wrong. Right. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, gentleman standing on 34th Street, 7th Ave. Yeah, that was us. Predicted everything. That was us. Those are leaders. And then now when I'm going around looking for y'all, I'll see y'all know. There's going to be a cry for wine in the streets. There's going to be a cry for wine in the streets. And I'm like, holy shit. I would never guess. And then this is the craziest part is that now I look like Jesus. I didn't look like that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Well, where are you from, brother?
know it's not Jesus, right?
Understand this, yeah.
All right, so check out the sign. You would be from the tribe of Asher, Colombians and Uruguayans. Right?
So you see what he said? He said, y'all were right. 10, 15 years ago, y'all were on 34th and 7, and everything y'all said was right. And it's not because we said it, it's because the Lord said it. We just, following the directions and the orders of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through the leaders that were set up before us. And you even heard the elder Yar Zion say that, our leaders, that's who taught us, and pretty much, the Lord said to tell them whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. These things will come, it says, don't worry about their incredulity. But with some of these other individuals, they say, oh, I hear what y'all saying. That's good. But I'll wait till there's more happening, like it says here in Matthew, because when you hear this word, you're responsible for what you hear. Yahushua said it best. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. In St. John 15. St. John 15 and 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sins. See? So pretty much, once you're warned, you're held responsible for what you hear. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not, because at the end of the day, the words that you heard, your reaction to it is either going to get you salvation or it's going to get you destroyed. Bottom line, there's no in between. There's no gray areas there. Now, here in Matthew 24 and 48, it says, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming. See? So you have some individuals that say, you know what? I'll give back to you. We still got time. And guess what? Now we're at the point where the doors of mercy are closing. And you have individuals that know about this back then that didn't get involved. And now all of a sudden they're on fire. They want to get involved because they see all the prophecies happening. You have a lot of guys back then from One West that fell out. And now that everything is going on, they're trying to get on a common board. They're trying to show up on different camps, talking to brothers. Oh, yeah, I used to be back in the One West, blah, 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 You are you took your hand off the plow. And you know what Yahushua said? If you take your hand off the plow, you're not fit for the kingdom. And these individuals that heard back then that didn't get involved, now they want to get involved. But it might be too late for a lot of you. You're trying to, now you want to be diligent because you see prophecies popping off. You see the technological time that we're in and how this whole world is going digital and the MOTB is prevalent and the micro C-HIP and all this stuff. Now you want to get down. Now you want to get involved. It doesn't work like that. You're responsible from the moment you hear it. You're responsible for it. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to choose later on to get involved with it. No, it don't work like that. The Lord don't work on your time. You got to work on the Lord's time. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen to that individual, but, immediately I'm thinking about, but and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming. And after a while, the warnings are going to stop. What happened? The Lord put the spirit on Isaiah and Ezekiel and Jeremiah to prophesy. And after a while, once they prophesied and Israel didn't want to hear, what happened? He sent the Babylonians in, the Babylonian Empire, and took Jake down and put hell on Jake. So bottom line is, you either, get involved when you hear it, look into it, study, or if you pass it up, the Lord's going to destroy you. Because this is your only ticket out of here. Let me get you one precept here in the book of James, the 1st chapter, and the 21st verse. It says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your souls. So this word is what's able to save your souls. Now, I want to just look up this word delayeth here real quick. My Lord delayeth his coming. The word there is Chronizo, which goes into the word chronos, which goes into time. To linger, delay, tarry. What does Scripture say? Though it tarry, wait for it will surely come. It will not tarry. And that's why, you know, you are responsible for what you heard.